I'm Gareth Davies and you have just entered the Davies Locker. It is quite simply the greatest movie-based infotainment show on the entire interwebs. Now, if you've not done so already, we would love it if you were to head on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know exactly when we post our new content. Right, it's Sunday the 22nd of March. Here in the UK, it's Mother's Day.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of that motherfucker.
FaceTime has been used extensively all over the country as the UK remains in isolation. Now, the Prime Minister has said if people ignore the advice, then harsher measures will have to be enforced.
As I say, I don't want to do that because I've tried to explain the public health benefits, the benefits to people's mental and physical well-being in the sense that you can go out. And it's so important that that pleasure and that ability is preserved. But it can only really be preserved if everybody acts responsibly and conforms with those principles of staying apart from one another and social distancing. I know it's hard, but that's the best way forward. If we can't do that, then yep, I'm afraid we're going to have to bring forward tougher measures.
So for today's movie news, I got a nothing, I got a nada, I got a zip. I do apologise, so we'll move swiftly on to day 7 of the Coronavirus Film Challenge. So today we're watching the Charlton Heston classic sci-fi / horror, The Omega Man. But before that, you know what time it is. Yeah, snack time. I've just gone for a simple cup of coffee in my favourite mug, and because I'm strong and tough.
The Milky Bar Kid is strong and tough, and only the best is good enough. Creamy milk, a whiter bar, the good taste that's in Milky Bar.
2 hours later.
Released in 1971, Omega Man was directed by Boris Sagal and stars Charlton Heston. It is in fact the second adaptation of the Richard Matheson book I Am Legend. The first being The Last Man on Earth, which was released in 1964 and stars Vincent Price, and there was also an adaptation in 2007 starring Will Smith, I Am Legend.
There is no phone ringing, damn it!
The last man on Earth lives in a fortress.
What day is it anyway? Monday? The hell it is. It's Sunday. Sunday I always dress for dinner. Discovered check. How does that grab you, Caesar?
The last man on Earth always carries an automatic weapon. The last man on Earth is hunting. Because the last man on Earth is not alone.
This is not the place where all the dead were burned. Get the switches! Switch on! Get those lights off! He's gone! Find him! Find him!
Damn it! And step on it!
film, the plague that causes the end of the world is unleashed via germ warfare as a result of border wars between Russia and China. In fact, Russia and China did have a number of border skirmishes during 1969, and this led world leaders to worry that there may be an all-out war between the two largest communist superpowers. Now, going back to the film, the scene where Robert Neville is running down the road shouting, "There are no phones ringing, damn it," was actually filmed on the same stretch of road that was used for Fight Club, where the narrator puts Marla on a bus telling her to get out of town for her own safety. In the Will Smith version, I Am Legend, a poster can be seen advertising Batman vs Superman. This Easter egg was included because the writer and producer of I Am Legend, Akiva Goldsman, actually wrote a very early draft of Batman vs Superman. Audiences were convinced that this was some kind of guerrilla marketing. However, the actual film did not come into fruition until much later. So there you go, those are my little tidbits for today. Now, I would love it if you were to let me know what you thought about the film in the comments below and on social media. We are at The Davies Locker on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Also, if you're not already signed up to the YouTube channel, we would love it if you were to head on over there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know exactly when we post our new videos. If you prefer your content in audio form, you can now download the podcast on Apple, Spotify and Google Podcasts. Make sure you go and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And finally, we have a delightful little website, www.thedavieslocker.com. On there you'll find news, reviews, trailer top trumps episodes and all our original content. Now, before I go, I can confirm that tomorrow's film will be Night of the Living Dead, as suggested on Facebook by Linda Redfern. Thank you very much, Linda. So I've been Gazza D, this is The Davies Locker, see ya.